Hey guys, we're gonna talk about our assignment 4. So the first question was to optimize the color select 3D shader. So here we can see we're just sending one matrix with world view and projection on there, and we are optimizing this based on doing the multiplication one time here for world view and projection, and we are initializing this shader in our DX app, and here we're sending just the world view and projection multiplied and the color together. We're just gonna render that, and we can see the cube right there. For the second part is the multiple objects. I just use the same shader, but what I've done is I created an array of world matrices, and I'm just sending the world matrix and view and projection multiplication one time, and you can see 5 different cubes at different positions. For the third one was the textured pyramid. This is the code for the pyramid and the texture UV itself. That's the only different thing we've done based on number of vertices and triangles. Just gonna run this code, and right there, that's the alignment texture. All the sides. Alright, for the 6 face boxes, so based on the image and the UV location, we've provided a UV location for each other side of the boxes. Alright, and we've just initialized that in our DX app using the texture itself. That's the back, that's right, that's front, the bottom, top, and left. For the last one is the shader texture. So what we've done is created the shader texture class. So this is the setting of the shader texture class. These are all the other constructors and everything. And in shader texture, we're doing the same thing with what we did with the other shaders, but we've added a set texture resource and sampler. So we're adding the texture here, and once we add texture, we just set that texture to context in our set to context command itself. What we're gonna do here is what I've done is I have created 2 different textures, and I'm setting them in that same shader texture class. So you can see we're sending the camera matrices and sending the world matrix and setting the texture to texture 2 first, and then set to context and then render. And the second one we're sending the world texture and setting the context and the rendering for the model itself. So we can see there's 2 different cubes with 2 different textures. So that helps us. For question 1, so we have we have a texturing cube class. So what's happening here is when we're setting it to the unit box itself, since the U and V are always setting itself to 0, 0, so it's not like taking the whole image itself, it is just taking the portion that's stuck at startup. So every time it's trying to create the shader and color based on the texture coordinates. It's actually looking at the texture coordinates that's on the 0, 0 location, and as you change it, so in cube faces at 0, 0 it is white color. It is showing that white color of for cube faces itself for the cube. So right, you can see that. So every time you change it, it changes the color. For test 512, it is a pinkish color, pinkish red color that comes up on there. For the forward question 2, we did notice I created a simple code to test it out, and just gonna run real quickly. So this is our simple where we have it optimized. So I'm just gonna run that. Alright, so we can see there's 311, 315, 286, 275. It's varying based on that. Now when we comment the code and uncomment the other one, just run the code. And you can see the dropped to almost a half. Yep, so there was definitely a drop in the frame rates. So that was all for this week's assignment. We'll see you next week.